Samuel said quickly. "Oh? Because I don't think I've ever seen you without gel in your hair," the nurse snapped before she put a stethoscope to his chest. "I'm fine, truly. Okay, yeah, I was saved by one of the people my honor demands I protect, and she had to use my powers to do it." Samuel's head lowered even more. "Sam, I don't need protection, and it's good that I used your light powers to heal you. If you hadn't shown me that was possible, who knows what could have happened. Right, Tanya?" "Kai's right, Sam. Come on, it's not her fault she can absorb powers. It's not like some of us were sent to this school to learn how to do exactly that and still have nothing to show for it." Kylara looked from one friend to the other. Samuel stared constantly at her like she was a kitten who had magically turned into a tiger and scratched him. Tanya's expression seemed to indicate that her dragon mage friend was some type of endangered bird that, if not watched carefully, might steal her keys. "You guys are acting like I didn't save both your butts," she protested, but that only made them wilt even more. While they talked amongst themselves, the nurse fussed around the two of them, listened with her stethoscope here and prodded there, before she finally declared them both fit enough to eat something and return to their rooms. The woman pushed Kylara back into her chair with a blast of hidden magic when she stood to follow her friends. "Not so fast, young lady. I see evidence of recently healed burns as well as lacerations and bruises, not to mention that your aura is all over the place. It's almost like, never mind." She shook her head. She went ahead and finished her sentence for her. "It's almost like I'm a mage masquerading as a dragon?" Deliberately, she ignored the other two students who lingered in the doorway, most probably waiting for her. Well, that would explain some things," the woman said, and studied her carefully as she appeared to replay the recent conversation between the students in her head. "There's all types of magic flowing through you. It'll take me a while to make sense of it, all right? You two go get some food. She'll be along shortly." Kylara intended to protest and ask her friends to wait, but the healer's glare convinced her otherwise. They left, although they both hesitated and cast long looks at her over their shoulders. As they walked away, they leaned closer so they could whisper to one another. Whisper about what? She felt suddenly isolated and alone. "This shouldn't hurt, all right, sweetie?" the nurse said as she began to move her hands over her body. "You won't take any of my magic, will you?" she asked. Although she had only now learned she was a mage and not a dragon, she was already embracing the shift in identity. The last thing she wanted was to be stripped of these fledgling powers. The healer laughed. "Of course not. That's impossible. It's simply that magic needs to flow. Yours feels all trapped inside." Kylara sighed. "I have no idea why that could be," she said, as she watched her two best friends, the two people she had risked her life and her place in this school to save, walk away from her. Chapter 2. Tanya didn't want to feel the way she felt in that moment. Kylara was her friend. The girl had been nice to her since the moment they'd met. They shared a room, ate meals together, and helped each other with homework. She had also saved her from that jerk Carl Midnight when he'd attacked her for not having powers. And yet, she struggled with the implications of what they had learned.
"Do you think Kylara knew what she was?"
she asked Samuel once they emerged onto the U-shaped stretch of green grass between the three main campus buildings.
"You mean a mage?"
he asked. She nodded.
"I don't know. I don't think so. But honestly, it now seems fairly obvious. We all know mages can learn different powers, and that's not something dragons can usually do. Oh, no offense."
The young dragon wished she had one of her parasols to hide her reddening face, but the one she had carried had been ripped to shreds when the mage, Kylara's aunt, had whisked her away with an air elemental.
"No, it's fine. I know you're right. I'm only a vanilla. I don't know why the headmaster expects me to accomplish anything when Kylara Diamantine is here on campus."
"Hey, Tanya, don't beat yourself up about what happened,"
Samuel said as he opened the door to the cafeteria for her.
"It's me who should have done